Hello and welcome back to our channel. If you find yourself endlessly scrolling on your phone, lost in a digital maze, you are not alone. Today, we're going to tackle phone addiction and give you 5 tangible steps to help you break free from this habit. If you love diving deep into personal growth and understanding human behavior, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update from us. Let's get started. Let's begin with step 1. Identifying triggers. It's important to realize that our phone addiction isn't a problem on its own. Rather, it's more of a symptom, a reaction to many triggers that occur in our everyday lives. Common causes include procrastination, worry, and even boredom. Think about being stuck on a difficult assignment at work or school when, all of a sudden, you find yourself trapped down the rabbit hole of endless scrolling. Sound familiar? We've all been there, I suppose. So, here's what I want you to do. Open the Notes app on your phone or grab a notebook. List the times you find yourself reaching for your phone and start recording them. Is it when you're bored, waiting for someone, under pressure, or feeling anxious? Is it when you're putting off a task? Did you know this interesting, little-known fact? A study found that people check their phones on average 58 times per day, 30 of which occur at work. Knowing your triggers can help you understand your phone usage much better and become more mindful of your emotional states. It's like lighting a lamp in a room that was previously dark. Keep in mind that information is power. With this authority, we can manage our phone usage rather than allowing our phones to manage us. So, are you prepared to take this initial risky step? You can achieve it, I'm sure of it. Moving on to step 2, setting boundaries. Setting limits on our phone use is just as necessary as doing so in our personal lives, at work, and in our relationships. This culminates in a well-rounded online existence that benefits us rather than constrains us. Picture yourself at dinner with a friend who won't stop texting or in bed with a phone that won't stop buzzing. That's not the best scenario, is it? Well, that's what happens when we don't set boundaries for our phone usage. What you can do is set aside designated times each day to check your phone. You may, for instance, disable alerts while eating or establish a phone bedtime to minimize late-night use. Keep the Do Not Disturb setting active more often. Establish a no-phone policy at specific times and places, such as during meals or while watching television. Fun fact, did you know? Spending more than 2 hours every day on social media is associated with an increased risk of feeling socially isolated? Today's smartphones typically include software that allows you to keep track of and limit your screen time. Acquaint yourself with these softwares and learn to apply them. You might also try looking into third-party apps that assist you in maintaining compliance. Setting limits is a lot like making a cocoon around yourself. Taking care of yourself involves prioritizing your own needs and time. So just do it. Draw your lines in the sand. It's time to take control of your smartphone instead of having it control you. Ready to set some powerful boundaries? Now we have come to our third step, replacing the habit. We are aware of our triggers and have established limits. It's time now to make an exciting change and replace the bad habits. It's certainly not sufficient to simply make the choice to cease engaging in a bad habit. We have to get rid of it and find something more constructive, something that works for us and helps us achieve our objectives. This substitution ideally would be useful, intriguing, and fun. Consider the sorts of things you like to do or have ever wanted to do. Maybe it's time to finally read that book that's been sitting on your shelf for far too long. Perhaps you should put on your jogging shoes and take an exhilarating run. How about practicing some meditation techniques to calm your mind? The possibilities are endless. Fun fact, did you know? The stress and despair levels of regular readers are lower than those of non-readers. Taking time away from mindless scrolling and devoting it to these other pursuits can have a beneficial effect on your health and happiness. Keep in mind that attaining perfection is not what's at stake here, but rather making progress. If you find this to be a difficult process at first, please be easy on yourself. The goal should be growth rather than perfection. Are you prepared to make a daring change and replace the monotonous scroll with something extraordinary? Okay, here we are at step 4, staying accountable. In this step, we check in with ourselves to make sure we're still on track with what we want to accomplish. It's easy to declare we'll stop doing something, but quite another to really follow through on those promises. But when we let others in on our intentions and progress, we're more inclined to follow through. It's like we have a whole crew rooting for us from the bleachers. Let's try this. Talk to a close friend or family member about your plans to cut down on screen time. You could even make it a challenge to see who can reduce their screen time the most. Fun fact, did you know? You're 65% more likely to meet a goal by sharing your commitment with another person? So join a group or online forum where the people share your interests and drive. Observing the development of others is a potent, motivating tool. Follow your development. Journal entries at the end of the day, or the use of applications that track screen time, are both effective ways of keeping track of your progress. They show you how far you have come and where you still have room for growth. This step has nothing to do with right or wrong. It's all about taking charge and enjoying one's successes. Because every action you take to reduce your time spent mindlessly scrolling is one towards living a more purposeful and satisfying life. So, are you prepared to maintain accountability and advance this journey to the next level? Here we are, at the final and perhaps most essential step, Step 5, be patient and persistent. My friends, the road we are currently on is a marathon, not a sprint. A habit is not something that can be broken quickly. It requires perseverance as well as time. You can't rush it. It's like a plant that's growing. It demands constant tending, care, and patience. Stumbling is normal. Setbacks are okay and can be anticipated. What matters is that you get back up and continue. Every attempt and every setback represent growth. Fun fact, did you know, according to researchers, it typically takes an average of 66 days to form a new habit? A quote from Thomas Edison comes to mind. "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Or a quote from NBA superstar Michael Jordan. "I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeeded." Let's honor that spirit. So my friends, keep moving forward. Don't be too hard on yourself. Celebrate your modest accomplishments. Most importantly, keep striving. Because the view from the top of this mountain is going to be spectacular. Are you ready to embrace patience and persistence in your journey? There you have it, folks. The 5 proactive measures to free yourself from the scrolling trap and take charge of your digital existence. Recall that Step 1 is to determine your triggers. Recognize what causes you to enter the virtual vortex. Set boundaries in Step 2. Make a secure and well-balanced online environment. Replace the habit in Step 3. Change the never-ending scroll for something more rewarding. Stay accountable in Step 4. Participate in a helpful community, track your progress, and share your accomplishments. And the last step, be patient and persistent. Keep in mind that this is a marathon, not a race. Imagine living in a world where you manage how you use your phone, not the other way around. Where you spend your time engaging in activities that foster your development and improve your connections. That's the life you deserve, and we're here to help you achieve it. We appreciate you joining us on this journey today. It's admirable that you're willing to take action to break this habit. Bear in mind that you're not fighting alone. We're all in this together, working to improve our digital habits as individuals. Now, we would love to hear from you. Share your progress, your challenges, and your victories in the comments section below. And if you found this video helpful, do give us a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more content focused on personal growth and productivity. Remember, every step you take towards conquering phone addiction is a step towards a more conscious, fulfilling life. So keep growing and thriving by taking these bold steps, and we will see you in the next video.